So I like this grid because it's a real good indicator of time. And you can see one little box is colored in and it's equal to 0.04 seconds. A box and a half is 0.06 seconds. And two boxes is 0.08, and so on and so on, all the way to four boxes, which is 0.16. You can also see that 0.40 seconds is 8 boxes, and 1 second is 5 big boxes. So I think that's a real good depiction of time on EKGs. So the next important thing that we're going to talk about is I'm going to review about measurements. And we talked about measuring the other day, and with measurements we need to go through several steps. The first being, I'm trying to make sure this comes in very clearly, the 300-150 rule. And for the 300-150 rule, we're going to find a QRS to QRS, and we're going to take it and we're going to move it over and put it on a line. And then we're going to count backwards. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to count from the first box and go back. So 300, 150, 100, it's one box past that, so 75. The difference between 100 and 75 is 25. There are 5 boxes divided, so 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. So our heart rate on this EKG would be 95. So you use the 300-150 method anytime that there is a regular rhythm. Now I'm going to do one that's a little bit faster. This EKG is in black and white, and the reason for that is that it is a photocopy. So it might be a little harder to see, and the lines aren't quite as clear. So I'm looking at my EKG, lead 1, lead 2, lead 3. Okay, and we know that lead 1 and AVL go together. Those are our L for lateral leads. 2, 3, and AVF go together, inferior leads. Lead R is our posterior wall, and again this is lead 2, which is an ongoing rhythm. It goes all the way through, and our chest leads over here, V1, V2, V3, 4, 5, and V6. And this beat here in V1 occurs at the same time as the beat in lead 2. Again, this beat all at the same time. This beat and this beat are not the same time. This beat, this beat, this beat, and this beat are all the same time. So I'm going to grab from anywhere, but I'll grab these two because they're very nice, and I'm going to move it over, and we'll see that we have greater than. So we go back, first box, big box, 300, 150, 100, and one box between 150 and 110 and 100. Each box is worth 10 because 150 minus 100, each is 50 divided by 5, each equals 10. So our heart rate here is 110. And just by looking at this EKG, we can see that it is faster than this EKG because they're both equal in time. Now I'm going to bring one in that's slower. You can certainly tell that this EKG here is slower than the one below it. There's a lot less QRS complexes than in the prior ones. So again, we're going to just look at our whole EKG. We see all of our leads. We'll grab something from down here, lead 2. Open up our calipers. I'm just using calipers because it's easier for me when I'm demonstrating. And I'll do it this way so you guys can see. First box, 300, 150, 100, 75, 60. It's slower than 60. Go down to 50. The difference between 60 and 50 is 10. Divided by 5, each box is worth 2. So 52, 54, and we're right on that line there, so 54. So again, 300, 150, 100, 75, 60, 50, 52, 54. So that's our rate.